Good afternoon. Many thanks for joining ASO Television News. I am Richard Alechinu Anyebe. The headlines. President Tinubu charges Public Complaints Commission to go digital. FCT Minister Barrister Wike directs ASO Radio and Television, others, to provide media support for 2025 International Abuja Air Show. On business, OAGF assures IPPIS software upgrade not a disruption, says October salary intact. And in sports, Osimhen, Salah, Hakimi top CAF player of the year nominee list. The news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has called on the Public Complaints Commission, PCC, to fully embrace digitization to enhance efficiency, transparency, and public trust in governance. Speaking at the 2025 Global Ombudsman Summit and the 50th anniversary celebration of the PCC in Abuja with the theme, Effective Ombudsman Institution, Catalyst for, represented by the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, emphasized that digital transformation would enable the Commission to handle complaints more effectively and proactively, prevent bureaucratic abuse. He urged the PCC to harness technology to become a digital ombudsman capable of real-time complaints tracking, data-driven policy insight, and seamless coordination with ministries, departments, and agencies. According to the President, adapting to the evolving governance landscape is essential if the Commission is to remain relevant in a digitally driven world. He also pledged to address the Commission's funding challenges and invest in capacity building to enhance staff performance and service delivery. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, has expressed faith in the ability of young entrepreneurs to accelerate development in the agriculture sector by driving innovation, creating economic opportunities, and enabling an environment for productivity and inclusivity. The minister, while speaking during the World Food Forum Nigeria chapter side events with the theme Bridging Policy and Innovation, Youth at the Forefront of Agri-Food Transformation, held in Rome, Italy recently, said transforming a nation's food system requires aligning national policies with innovation and empowering youth as architects of Nigeria's agriculture future. He said President Tinubu, through the Renewed Hope vision, is driving a bold effort to reinforce confidence in the country's food systems, strengthening production, and empowering the youth who will define the future of our agricultural economy. The minister highlighted the role some young innovators such as Samson Ogbole, Femi Adekoya, Atinuke Lebile, and Aziz Salau played in shaping policy and practice and pioneering projects in soilless farming, drone technology, biofortified crops, and ecosystem coordination. A statement signed by the head Department of Information, Eziaja Ekemefuna, said the minister further reviewed the procurement of 2,000 tractors and over 9,000 agricultural implements, the largest mechanization drive in Nigeria's history, aimed at enhancing productivity and creating decent employment opportunities for youth in agribusiness. He lauded the establishment of the WFF Nigeria chapter, describing it as a bridge between local innovation and global priorities, capable of platform will unite youth-led organizations, private sector players, research institutions, and government under a shared mission to build resilient food systems. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Eze Nyesom Wike, has directed the management of ASO Radio and Television and other relevant communication agencies under the FCT administration to partner with the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development in providing publicity and media support for the forthcoming Nigeria International Air Show, scheduled to hold in Abuja from December the 2nd to 4th, 2025. Wike gave the directive on Wednesday when he received the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, who paid him a courtesy visit to seek the FCT's support for the global aviation events. He assured of the FCT's commitment to ensuring the success of the Maiden Air Show. The ICT minister also instructed relevant secretariats and departments to liaise with the Aviation Ministry on logistics, transportation, sanitization, security, and publicity while granting approval of the use of FCT billboards to promote the event. He, however, stressed that such services would not be entirely free and ruled out any form of financial assistance. Barrister Wike further assured that the city's airport corridor would be cleaned and beautified ahead of the air show. Earlier, Keyamo briefed his host on preparations for the event, explaining that it coincides with 100 years of aviation in Nigeria since the first aircraft landed in the country in 1925. He said the air show, supported by the Nigerian Air Force and international partners, would bring together aviation companies and investors from across the world, projecting Abuja as a new hub for global aviation dialogue and innovation. The air show is expected to feature international exhibitors, innovators, and government representatives. The three-day event will take place in December at the Abuja International Airport. The Speaker of the Abaji Legislative and Councillor representing Abaji Southeast Ward, Honorable Haruna Farouk Musa Matasa, has led other councillors on an oversight inspection tour of projects executed by the council chairman Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi. The delegation, which included the clerk of the council, deputy clerk, and officials from the works department led by the head of department Alhaji Adamu Shehu, visited Gawu Ward, Yaba Ward, and Kwesi community to assess both ongoing and completed projects. In Gawu, the team inspected solar-powered boreholes at Zimekbe Fuka community, the 2.5-kilometer road project with double drainage, as well as the renovated primary health center and police station. Members of the community expressed their gratitude to the council chairman and pledged their full support for the 2026 re-election bid under the platform of the All Progressives Congress, the APC. At Yawa and Kwesi, the inspection covered solar boreholes, the renovated Etsuyaba Palace, the nomadic primary school, and the primary health center. The Etsu of Yaba commended Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi's leadership style and assured him of continued royal support. In Kwesi, a community representative, Malam Ibrahim, appreciated the establishment of the nomadic primary school, noting that it has provided their children with access to education for the very first time. In his remarks, the Speaker, Honorable Farouk Matasa, commended the council chairman for his vision and dedication to grassroots development. He urged residents of Gawu, Yaba, and Kwesi communities to come out en masse and vote for AUA in the forthcoming election to continue enjoying the dividends of democracy. Now, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, and other security experts have renewed calls for stronger collaboration between public and private sectors to tackle insecurity across the country. They made the call at the 15th anniversary of the Abuja chapter of the American Society for Industrial Security, ASIS, held in Abuja on Wednesday, with the theme, United in Resilience, Forging Public-Private Partnerships to Protect. Represented by Assistant Inspector General of Police Adeboye Hamza, the IGP said the police would continue to promote community policing and interagency cooperation. He emphasized the need for a whole-of-society approach to security, noting that government alone cannot address the nation's complex security challenges.
This is an era of a whole-of-society approach. And that is why you see that the Nigerian Police Force has been in the forefront of propagating community policing. That is a movement from government protect to everyone protects. The civil society, private security organizations, and all, they have a lot to contribute. The government and its agencies cannot do it alone. And that is why we are collaborating with them to see that we secure nationally all assets that are important to our economy.
Also speaking, the FCTA Director of Security Services, Adamu Gwari, represented by the Secretary of the Command and Control Center, Dr. Peter Olumiji, and the administration said the administration is intensifying efforts to safeguard critical infrastructure. He disclosed that the FCTA has been sensitizing traditional and religious leaders to work with local vigilante groups, hunters, and private security firms in curbing vandalism and crime.
Yes, part of the measures the FCT administration is taking against the fight against vandalism is the collaboration with the private security sectors, where you have the vigilante group of Nigeria, you have the hunters, you also have the private security companies, which normally is called the PGCs. And the FCT administration is also ensuring that the communities along where most of these national critical assets are located, they are also carried along. And the villages, the traditional rulers, the religious leaders have been sensitized accordingly. They have given the FCT administration and security agencies representatives that have been monitoring this asset, and that is why, as of today, you see a high rate of decline in the vandalism of infrastructures in the FCT.
He noted that the chapter has become a model of professionalism and partnership, adding that collaboration remains essential to building a safer and more resilient society.
Well, the team of today, I think we intend to achieve more collaboration between public and private sectors, and see how our infrastructures, critical infrastructure, should be protected. And before now, they've not been concerned towards schools or soft targets generally. It was just major hard targets. But I think with this, we see that, and from what you see, there are a lot of government security agencies heavily represented here, and you have their stake too.
Security.
Well, I think generally our gaps, the gaps can be closed if we have collaborations, not competitions. I think that's a major thing. The gap should be closed if we have collaborations, not competitions.
He noted that the chapter has become a model of professionalism and partnership, adding that collaboration remains essential to building a safer and more resilient society. You're watching ASO Television News. Don't forget that you can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, and on Free TV, look us up on channel 507. On the UHF band, you can find us on channel 38. Now, still to come, federal government approves uniform sale of Renewed Hope houses. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come.
Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, live the life that you remember.
Don't score a great test in the circumstances.
Stay connected. Stay with us. Starting from Yanga and Jolly.
We are a nation blessed with people of diverse cultures, religions, languages, and opinions. It is ironic that we are now being ripped apart by our greatest strength, our diversity. We have allowed intolerance, insensitivity, bigotry, and nepotism to blind our vision of the greatness we can achieve working together as one. We may not have the same culture, nor religion, nor language, but we all belong to the same nation by the divine will of God. We did not choose to be Nigerians. Nigeria chose us. This nation is our divine heritage, and if we open our eyes, we would realize that what divides us pales in comparison to what unites us. And by the comparison and conciliation of our differences, we will grow until our differences disappear. Our unity cannot be willed by mere declarations, nor do we get unity by ignoring the questions that beg for answers. We must celebrate our diversity and debate our differences without fracturing our unity. Our strength is not in our numbers, but in our unity, because even the weak become strong when united. Nigeria unite.
This message is brought to you by Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, owners and operators of ASO Radio 93.5 FM Abuja, ASO Television DSTV Channel 392, Star Times Terrestrial Channel 127, Free TV Channel 507, People's TV Channel 285, and UHF Channel 38.
The Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development has approved and announced uniform sale prices for housing units under its renewed Hope Estate program across all states of the Federation. The housing units, which comprise 1, 2, and 3 bedroom semi-detached bungalows, are part of the ministry's efforts to make home ownership more accessible and equitable for Nigerians. The approved selling prices are as follows: 1 bedroom semi-detached bungalow, 8.5 million naira. 2 bedroom semi-detached bungalow, 11.5 million naira. 3 bedroom semi-detached bungalows, 12.5 million naira. The adoption of uniform selling prices aims to promote affordability, transparency, and fairness, ensuring that Nigerians across all regions have equal opportunities to benefit from the renewed Hope Housing Program. Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, stated that priority in the allocation of the housing units will be given to low and middle income earners, civil servants at all levels of government, employees in the organized private sector with verifiable sources of income, and Nigerians in the diaspora who wish to own homes in the country. The Permanent Secretary, Dr. Shaib Belgori, explained that several payment options have been provided to make the houses affordable and flexible. These include outright payments, mortgage, rent-to-own scheme, and installment payment plans. The ministry further announced that the sale of the completed housing units across the northern and southern regions will soon commence. The planned strike by staff of the Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NIMET) has been officially suspended following a marathon meeting with the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo. A statement by Tunde Moshood, Special Advisor on Media and Communications to the Minister, said the meeting held on Tuesday, October 22nd, resolved key issues raised by the unions, including salary relativity, payment of minimum wage arrears, and settlement of 9 months consequential salary adjustments. NIMET management also agreed to immediately pay 30 omitted staff from the agency's internally generated revenue, while 35% of approved furniture grants will be paid now, and the remaining 65% captured in the 2026 budget. The minister praised the unions for their maturity and constructive dialogue, reaffirming government's commitments to staff welfare and industrial harmony in the aviation sector. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation has dismissed recent reports making the rounds on social media, claiming that a software upgrade within the Integrated Personal and Payroll Information System (IPPIS) will result in a delay of October salaries. Says salary is intact. The OAGF, in a statement signed by its Director of Press, Mr. Bawamoka, disclosed that the management does not anticipate any significant disruptions. It explained that IPPIS previously operated free payroll platforms, saying in 2024, one of the platforms was successfully migrated to the SoftSuite application, leaving the system with 2 active platforms of EBS and SoftSuite, while emphasizing that the integration of all payroll processes into a single platform has been carefully managed. It added that this is not a new development, but a continuation of an earlier initiative to enhance efficiency and accuracy. The OAGF further assured all federal workers and stakeholders that October salaries would remain intact and be paid as scheduled, while urging Treasury and IPPIS staff to disregard the misleading reports which did not originate from the OAGF. The Integrated Payroll and Personal Information System is a centralized database for Nigeria's public service used to manage employee records and process payroll accurately and efficiently. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has been named among the top contenders for the CAF Player of the Year award. Also in the running are Egypt and Liverpool star forward Mohamed Salah, as well as Moroccan and Paris Saint-Germain's defender Achraf Hakimi. Other contenders include Cameroonian midfielder Frank Anguissa, Congo's Fiston Mayele, Gabon's Denis Bouanga, Guinea's Sahou Guirassy, Morocco's Kusana Lamilol, and the Senegalese duo Liman Ndiaye and Pepe Matassa. Confederation of African Football announced the nominees for the 2025 CAF Awards men's categories on Thursday. The award celebrates the continent's top performers among players, coaches, clubs, and national teams. The continent's football governing body added that a panel of experts made up of CAF Technical and Development Committee members, experienced coaches, CAF legends, and selected media representatives decided 10 nominees for each category, considering the performance in all competitions. Nigeria's #1 safe hands, Stanley Nwabali, also got nominated in the Goalkeeper of the Year category. And with that story on sport, that is the end of the bulletin. Many thanks for watching. I am Richard Alichenu Anyebe.